Hello and welcome back to the Flat Chat. I'm Callum, I'm here with Aaron and Heggie. Just before we get into what was clearly going on here at the front, I'm going to cut to Heggie here because he's got some important information to give.
We're going to do a giveaway, guys. If we can reach 100 subs by the kick-off of the first Premier League game this season, we'll give away a football kit on our Twitter. All you need to do to enter the giveaway is go into the description, go into the Twitter and retweet the pinned tweet. If we get 100 subs, we'll do the giveaway. Now, into the video.
Yeah. So what we've got here is we've got some more footballers that are quite recognisable. Premier League footballers, because the Premier League is the best league in the world. I'm sorry, but it is. Yep. But we are going to be doing a top 5 for each position in the Premier League. It's quite similar to our world class video, but if you're in the top 5, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are world class. We're going to try and keep the top 5 on the table, and we're going to remove one by one some players from the table in a semi
legible order.
Yeah. We're going to stick in an order. We're not going to get rid of number 6 first, for example. We're going to try and do it in a kind of ranking them. So without further ado, let's start off.
And a disclaimer as well. They all have to currently play in the Prem, and no newly transferred in players or out are allowed in.
So, for example, no Erling Haaland, because he's not played in the Premier League before. I know obviously he's at Man City now, but he's not allowed. Again, no Antonio Rudiger. I know he's played in the Premier League, but now he is no longer a Chelsea player. Pretty simple. But yeah, good stuff.
There we go.
Okay, so removing first, I'm thinking it's 3 players that could potentially be moved here first, in my opinion. I know I'm an Arsenal fan, but unfortunately one of them is probably Ramsdale, because I know Heggie's not a fan.
Yep.
Martinez, because he's had a bit of a poor season, if I'm honest, and he's had one good season, similar to Ramsdale. And Jose Sa, again, had one good season. What are we thinking? Are you probably thinking there's those 3 players? I think Lloris could be one of those as well, but he's had a big long career, he's won the World Cup, and I think it's a bit disrespectful to get rid of him yet.
Personally, from my top 5 list, 2 of them are actually mentioned on the list that I had.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's interesting. Who are they? Because
one of them is Ramsdale, and one of them
is
I'm
sorry, Ramsdale is not in the top 5.
Well, that's fine. I understand that, but he's clearly not getting moved first.
I think Ramsdale's the worst on the table.
Wow.
Oh, I don't think so. No,
that is definitely not.
Honestly, not the worst on this table.
I know, right?
Martinez is a better keeper.
The problem here is what Heggie is. Heggie said right at the start when Ramsdale got joined, it's a terrible buy. And he proved them wrong month by month. He had a couple of dodgy games come, say, February, March. And that was about it. But he's obviously had a very good season. He is a very good goalkeeper. Martinez, I think, is also a good goalkeeper. He's also been very good. He's been so crucial for the way Arsenal play. It's made Arsenal better, the way he plays. He's good with his feet. Martinez isn't bad with his feet, by the way. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I would personally get rid of Jose Sa first. I know he was in my team of the season, but that was just because I was getting a Wolves pick out, and that's what I thought was the best Wolves pick. He's personally how I would get rid of first, if I'm honest. Just because he is very erratic.
It was my 8th.
Really? Well, he's my last. What were you at?
He was in my 5th slot, to be fair.
Was it?
So he wasn't like high on the list.
Based on all this, I think we need to get Martinez off first.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we can agree. Martinez will be going. Yeah, I'd say Martinez.
I think his problem is he just didn't have a good season this year. If he continued what he did from the year before, but he's going off the table.
Right, so we know. I just need to know, what's your other 3 in your top 5?
My other 3 in the top 5 will be Alisson, Ederson, and Hugo Lloris.
So no De Gea. So you think Ramsdale is a better keeper than De Gea?
This season, yeah, I think he has been.
That is very bold.
It is very bold. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm an Arsenal fan, but
I was gonna say, like.
He offers something different to what De Gea does. He is good with his feet. He's good at kicking.
I think.
But he's nowhere near.
So is Ederson. That's what you love about Ederson.
But Ederson's better at that than Ramsdale.
Yeah, of course he is. He's a better goalkeeper. Yeah, no, and I get that. I personally think De Gea is better than Ramsdale. I think next for me, I still think Jose Sa should not be in the top 5. I was going to say... Do you think he's in the top 5 for you,
No, he's not in my top 5.
Aaron, you think he's what, 5th?
He's 5th in my top 5, to be fair. So, like, in terms of... And the way I wanted to look at it was, obviously, you could sit there and you could look at like the big teams like Man United and that as well. When the list came out, because for those of you who don't know how we do these things, we get like lists sent to us and that as well. We make up lists and we decide, you know, who we've got these players as. So these players are basically the list that we've gave. And I was looking at all of them and that as well. I think a lot of what Jose Sa has done this season for Wolves has gone a little bit under the radar because it's Wolves and it's not in the big picture of, you know, like the top two fight, like Alisson and Ederson, or even like the fight for Europe, like Ramsdale, you know, the inevitable shit show that was Manchester United this season, that as well. Obviously, you could say the same about Schmeichel. I think a lot of what he's done this season's gone a little bit under the radar because Leicester have been...
I think he's just an excellent goalkeeper.
He's an excellent goalkeeper.
Personally, for me, I mean, the three that I'm looking at and thinking aren't getting my top five are Jose Sa, Aaron Ramsdale, unfortunately, and Hugo Lloris. That's the three that are not getting my top five here.
I was going to say the ones that wouldn't make... Obviously, Jose Sa is in my top five and Ramsdale is in my top five. But I would have got rid of the likes of Edouard Mendy, De Gea and Schmeichel.
You do not like Mendy?
No, I don't. I think he's in a bang average season.
He has. I mean, for example, if we're basing this off this season, the best keepers are Ederson, Alisson, Ramsdale and De Gea. Off this season, they are. I know, Heggie, again, you've got to lose this. No, sorry, Jose Sa. I've missed past Jose Sa there. I'm wrong there. Jose Sa as well. They're the top five based on this season. But Schmeichel and Lloris are better goalkeepers as a whole than Jose Sa and Ramsdale.
Right, the next goalkeepers off. One has to be Ramsdale.
One's Ramsdale. Ramsdale's going off, and I think for me, I mean, this is unfortunate because this is Aaron's too.
I mean, it's fine.
He's got both of these in his top five.
I mean, I think Jose Sa has a chance of getting.
Do you? I think he was first off the table for me though.
I was going to say
he's so erratic. And he's very. I mean, I thought he was really good. I think he's really good. He was in my team of the season based on for my Wolves pick. But he is, and he saved him a lot of points. But at the same time, he's so erratic. You just don't know where you're getting with him, which is similar to Ramsdale. I think the two of them go for me. But
obviously, in terms,
Ramsdale's going. He's not getting in because Heggie doesn't like him.
They were 4 and 5 in my top 5, so it's not like I'm missing out on somebody that has been like 1 or 2 or 3 in that as well. But then again, I think everybody kind of had like similar goalkeepers for 1, 2, and 3 in that as well. But obviously, I'm actually going to back up Arsenal here in that as well. I think towards the end of the season when they did kind of slip a little bit, you can maybe start to think, maybe Ramsdale was a bit tired. But I think obviously if Arsenal can, you know, keep to the level they've got and keep going, because obviously they've just signed Gabriel Jesus today. If Arteta can get them going, looking at it that as well, see for me, De Gea was constantly in the spotlight for what Manchester United did this season. And obviously it's not his fault. It wasn't his fault. But obviously Ramsdale has had to put up the same pressure as well because everybody got Arsenal. And I think Ramsdale handled it better than
Aaron, we're not basing this just on this season though.
It's more than that.
Ramsdale's been in the Premier League 3 times and he's been relegated twice.
That does go against him. That's why he's not in my top 5. He's
not one of the top 5 in my opinion. So that's how we had to
he's not top 5 for me. I'm an Arsenal fan for top 5. Right. He wasn't coming off the table before Martinez or Jose Sa, in my opinion.
Right, but we need to get these whittled down.
We need to get this done. Right,
Mendy and Sa, me personally, are the next 2 off. I think Schmeichel's in the top 5.
I'm just going to do this thing as well. I'm going to bring back 2 because we know they're both going to be in.
Right, we know 3 up. No, we don't.
We don't because Adams doesn't believe one of them is.
I think Schmeichel should be top 5.
I think so too, personally. I just really like Schmeichel. I think he's a great goalkeeper.
So do I think he's really good.
What do you...
the three that you've kind of like brought here...
Well, Lloris isn't coming back.
I think Lloris has to come back based on his career.
Yeah, I'm willing to bring Lloris back.
You want to bring that back?
I'm willing to bring Lloris back. He's won a World Cup. He's been crucial for Spurs getting into Europe.
If we're basing it off this season as well, he's older. He's not as good. He's got a really... You know, one thing with the problem...
The injury hurt him when he broke his arm.
His injury, But over his career, he is top 5. He still is. I mean, they're looking at... Spurs are looking to replace him right now. Yeah. And that's why I wouldn't have him personally in my top 5, but if you both agree with it, you think he should be in the top 5?
I think he should be top 5.
I'll be happy to get Mendy off next.
I'm happy to take Mendy off. He's in a bit of a stinker.
Kepa nearly came back, didn't he?
But he won AFCON and Sa didn't.
That's very true. That's very true. So
and that's what, if you watched the previous episodes of the podcast, you'll know that counts for everything.
Right, get Mendy off.
Yeah, get Mendy.
Mendy's going? Okay.
I'm noticing that we're not doing like the flick.
Oh, there might be some flicks later.
There might be some flicks later, yeah. We're just at the
Yeah.
goalkeepers right now. I think for me, these two are done for me.
That's my two as well.
Yeah, obviously, I would have personally had
Jose
him.
has a very good sixth.
Yeah, I would have had him in my opinion, but obviously, I know.
So we're going to bring Jose Self.
Yeah,
now. So these are what we're saying is the combined top 5. If it was me personally, the only swap I would make from that would be Lloris out and in comes Mendy. Just because I just think he is better. I know he's had a bad season, I've said all that, but he's probably still 5th for me. He's probably a 6th over Lloris. So I'm fine with this. Are you guys happy with that?
I'm happy enough with it. It's
right, okay. That took a bit longer than expected to get to the 5. Right. Now let's rank them.
Let's not mess about.
Alisson 1, Ederson 2.
Yeah, easy.
Because we know that is because of our
But the question is, what order?
Personally, I'll say my order first. I think it's De Gea, Schmeichel, Lloris.
I'm with that. I'm completely.
Yeah, out of those 3.
What a great career. I know he's not won much to here, but he's been won Player of the Year for Man United several times.
Yeah.
This guy Schmeichel won the league. I think he's just an excellent goalkeeper. Lloris' problem, I think, as well, putting him 5th is probably because he's at the back end of his career.
Yeah.
Quite clearly.
I was going to say the only switch that I would maybe make is move those 2 back, move Lloris up. I believe.
But do you have Lloris?
I have Lloris 3. I have Lloris 3 out of that as well. And De Gea 4, Schmeichel 5. It is very tight between those 2. Like,
you're happy. We're going. What do you think? Yeah, I still think Schmeichel's better than Lloris, and so does De Gea. But
I do as well personally, but
if it's a 2-1 outvoted, then obviously
I know, but I'm thinking maybe to make because it's combined. Do we maybe bring that's what I'm thinking, but put Lloris 4th to make Aaron. Yeah. Aaron is saying what he's saying. He wants him 3rd. I think we've got to be fair here and say Lloris goes 4th. Unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's. I'm fairly happy with that.
Yeah, I'm fairly happy. I'm fairly happy with that order. Obviously, there are a couple of names that I would have put in here, but it's a combined top 5.
Yeah.
So it's
so this is our top 5 goalkeepers that currently play in the Prem, and you also saw our 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah. Oh wait, Pickford.
T-Rex hands.
I would have had Pickford ahead of Ramsdale.
I know you would.
And he's England's number 1 for a reason.
No, he wouldn't. Pickford would not have been ahead of Ramsdale.
England's number 1? Who's England's number 1?
I'm letting Aaron do the talking for me here. I'm the Arsenal fan. Great.
Who is England's number 1?
For now.
To be fair, it is for now.
It is for now.
Who is it?
We'll find out.
Pickford. But you took. I'm sorry. When we did this video, I said Pickford should be in this, shouldn't he? And Heggie unfortunately said no, he shouldn't.
So I also said Ramsdale should.
So
I didn't think it would, but I think it'd be a good talking point because I know you don't like Ramsdale.
That's fair.
He annoys you. He winds you up. He's a bit like Alan McGregor, isn't he? But you're not an Arsenal fan.
I was going to say, why would he be wound up like Alan McGregor?
No, he's saying when it's your team, it doesn't annoy you.
But Alan McGregor's annoying if you're an opponent of Rangers. Because he's a wind-up merchant. Ramsdale has that effect.
Is he a wind-up merchant?
No, Ramsdale is a wind-up merchant.
Yeah, I was talking about Alan McGregor. Ramsdale's a wind-up
Alan McGregor kicks
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Right, so anyway, the top 5 we've combined to get here is in 5th, Schmeichel, 4th, Lloris, 3rd, De Gea, 2nd, Ederson, and number 1, we've got Alisson. Of course, if you agree with that, give us a like, give us a comment if you want. Any suggestions would be great, of course. And of course, with the giveaway, don't forget to,
retweet the tweet and subscribe.
Yeah. Excellent. So thank you for listening, guys.
See you in the next one.
See you later.
Take care, guys.